she's that stereotypical teenage girl.
Yes.
In the beginning of the movie, do you think her evolution as a grown woman was really well carried out throughout the film?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think, you know, Jack Black, who I turn into, does an amazing job, not at just being a 16-year-old girl, but, you know, it's cool because he goes through this whole journey throughout the jungle, and, you know, he's tested in ways that Bethany has never been tested before. Most people haven't been tested before by being eaten by rhinos and trying to survive. You know, he finds this confidence that she never had, so. Yeah, I think Jack does an amazing job of this transformation from Bethany in the beginning to Bethany at the end. Yeah, no, keep going, bring them on.
So Jumanji features a lot of maturity jokes. What are your thoughts about teenage issues portrayed in film?
You know, I think it's important, you know, especially because pop culture and movie culture is everywhere, and you know, growing up, it was a part of my world too. You know, we grew up with social media and Instagram and Twitter and the movies we're watching. So I think it's very important that it's displayed in the media today because it's one of the #1 ways that we are gathering information as young people.
For you, is it any different to portray a character that is played by 2 people?
Very different. It was very strange. When we auditioned originally, we auditioned with scenes that our 4 main avatars would be doing. So when I read the script, I was very confused on exactly what was going on. But once we got the breakdown of everything that was going to be happening, and we actually got some one-on-one time with Jack and the other mega stars, so everyone was really on the same page. You know, we talked about attitude and hand positions and hair flips and the whole thing. So, and like I said, Jack did such a good job, and I think that's one of the strong suits of the film is you can really tell who is who. I think all the characters are very well portrayed throughout the entire film. At least for me when I watched, that was one of the main things that I saw.
The game changed your character.
I'm sorry, do we what?
The game.
Did the game change your character?
Yes, absolutely. Like I said in the beginning, well, it's cool because, you know, we find this game in the basement once we all get detention because we're really bad kids, and we sort of get sucked into this game, and which was a really fun scene to film. I've never filmed anything like that, and it was really interesting to tap into that part of your body of, okay, pretend you're being sucked into a video game now, and we're like, okay, like, we'll try our best. And then, you know, throughout the whole journey of the game, it's cool because we're at the very beginning and we are at the very end, so you don't really see the transformation with us, you see it with the huge main actors, but like I said, I think they did an amazing job of transforming these characters from the beginning to the end. Yes?
How did you prepare for the role? I mean, seeing as you and Jack Black pretty much had to play the same character.
I did a lot of, I guess I didn't have to do too much research. I was a 16-year-old girl once before, and you know, with social media and stuff, of course my character is obsessed with herself and her cell phone. So I'd like to think that I'm not that obsessed, but I play with my phone a lot. But you know, it wasn't too hard, but it was cool. He had a ton of questions. And you know, could just kind of ask me what movies to watch and what songs to listen to, and we had a lot of girl time. And Jack, like, he's the nicest person I think I've ever met in my entire life, and I think he plays a 16-year-old girl almost scary good. It's really terrifying how well done he does in the movie. But yeah, I mean, we just did some one-on-one time in Hawaii and just kind of make sure everyone was on the same page.
In Hawaii?
In Hawaii, yeah. We didn't get to film in Hawaii, but they flew us out so we could spend some time together. And also Jake Caston, who directed the movie, was amazing at, whenever we wanted to watch playback or anything that was filmed in Hawaii, we were able to watch the other characters to make sure everyone was on the same page with, because like, for example, you know, Kevin Hart, who is this wild personality, it was important for like Sir Darius to watch and to make sure he could match his tone so it doesn't seem like it's a completely different person. So it was very well done. We nitpicked everything to make sure we got everything done. Yes.
This was your first major debut feature,
Yes.
and what you have in store for the future? What can you tell us?
Nothing. I've worked on a couple indies recently, so hopefully, fingers crossed, those will go somewhere. And you know, I just back to the drawing board. You know, back to pilot season and auditioning, which I'm excited about because this has just been such a whirlwind, and I've tried to just enjoy it as much as I can. We've got to travel a lot. Portugal has been amazing, even though we've been here, I think, 24 hours. I'm a little tired, but it's just been such an unreal experience what Jumanji has brought us. You in the back.
Have you seen the original before taking on the project, and how much weight did that take into the story once you were cast?
Yes, I saw it growing up. It was terrifying. And then I had to rewatch it when I got the initial audition because I was like, I think I remember everything clearly, but and it's cool, you know, we're a continuation of the first story, so it has the Jumanji charm, I think, from the very beginning, but also I think the film somewhat stands on its own too. So it's 20-something years later. The game has evolved, which is great, I think, for this new generation growing up on this new Jumanji game. And I think it was very important for everyone to continue, you know, Robin Williams' spark from the very original one. And there's a couple Easter eggs throughout the movie that are really exciting, still make me really happy whenever I see it. I think it was very, very important for everyone to make sure that story was still continued through his name.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so you have the two characters. Would you like it if it was you doing the action scenes and more in the jungle?
I mean, not gonna lie, that would be very fun. But like I said, I think they do such a good job that I don't know if I would do as good as Jack. I mean, he's so funny. He's so funny. Watching him get eaten by a hippo is like one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. You know, so I don't think it would have the same magical charm as it does right now, but I mean, it would be very cool to be in the jungle.
Thank you.
Would you like to be such a crazy role?
Absolutely not. I would not. I would not survive. No. Yeah, bugs scare me, and so do animals, unless it's a cat or a dog. So I don't think I would do very well. No. Yes.
The movie is still very recent. How do you feel your life already changed since everyone knows more your name now?
I mean, it's been. I try not to think about it or look at it any differently. You know, that's always been like very important to me ever since I started this career like 5 years ago. But more than anything, the traveling has been really, really amazing. Like, we've just had opportunities to go everywhere and work with these incredible people who are, you know, you come to find they're just normal people and they just have really cool jobs. But, I mean, all of this is just so much fun to me. So it's just been like a really, really incredible journey so far. Yes.
Sorry. So what got you into acting? Did you always want to do that, or it just came to you?
I always wanted to. I grew up in South Carolina in a really small town, and I didn't know this was even really a thing. I thought people just popped up on TV and the movies. But no, I always loved film growing up. I went to the movies like every single week, and you know, I was always in love with it. I used to make my own short films back home. But yeah, when I was 16, I made my way out across the country, and that kind of started everything. And I got really, really lucky. I've been out there for about 5 years now. So it's been a very fast-paced 5 years, but it's everything I could have ever asked for.
One of the most surprising elements of the film is how effective Bethany's arc is, and seeing it through the lens of Jack Black works for comedic purposes and for it being compelling. Is there any other element of the script that once you read it was surprising to you?
I mean, no, not necessarily. I loved the script as soon as I read it in the beginning. I was confused in the beginning. But you know, as soon as we sat down and had the table read, everything just kind of fit together, and you could easily see how everything was going to take place. And no, there were really no surprises. And then since I never really got to work with Nick Jonas personally because he joined on, he wasn't at the table read or anything, so we didn't hear him read any of his parts, but he was so good. Like, I love his character. And the role he plays, and I think he really thrives in this movie, and that made me really happy to see because I grew up watching Jonas Brothers and all of them. So yes.
If you could be Jack Black in the movie, how do you think you would? Do you think you could do a good job with him?
Yeah. I'd have to. I don't know if I could pull off Jack Black, but I could try my hardest. I mean, he's just, like, I just love him. He's just so good in his own bubble. I think he just needs to stay there, yeah.
I have a question, not...
Directly from Matthew.
Como eu vi o papel...
Não,
Posso? Okay. My question is about your show, Stiltkin. As a big country fan I am, have to ask this. How was working with Billy Ray Cyrus, one of the greatest of country music?
Billy Ray is amazing. You know, we got to work together for about 2 years, and I was 18 when I booked the show. So that was really the start of my career. I'd like to think the start of where everything really started happening. And he taught me so much, and that show just taught me everything. And it was nice to be consistently working on something. And he's just one of the nicest people I think I've just ever met. I miss Nashville a lot because Nashville was like my second home. So yeah, I'm a Billy Ray Cyrus fan.
Is a little bit sad because the TV show was cancelled, but is it possible to be saved?
No, probably not that show. Which it was sad to see it go because it was such a huge part of like the beginning of everything for me. But you know, everything has its time, and I think it was time for it to go. But you know, I still loved it. I loved everyone I worked with, and it's a huge part of who I am too. So I do miss it, but I'm not angry at the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes.
Going back to Jumanji, I always like to ask, when you finished the recordings, did you bring something home with you as a memory?
I brought home the back of my chair that has Jumanji and Bethany on it. I was like, are you sure Jack doesn't want this? They're like, oh, he's got his own. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, and I have that hanging on my wall, so it's very cool. And I have a bunch of pictures, and I was looking on Facebook, we wrapped, I think it was a day from yesterday, a year ago. So yeah, so it's like a cool little anniversary, and then we come out so soon. So yeah, it's very exciting.
What has been the feedback of the people since it's a movie that has been another movie before? So sometimes people tend to be a bit critical.
I mean, we definitely, like, in the beginning, everyone had their, like, doubts and worrisome, but everything I've read so far has been surprisingly, like great, you know? And everyone that I know personally who's seen it has loved it, and, you know, the number one thing I constantly hear is how funny it is. And I've seen it a handful of times and it still makes me laugh. I don't know if that's because I have some weird emotional connection to everyone, but, I mean, I think it's incredible. It's so funny. I'm still on the edge of my seat watching, even though I've read the script so many times. But everything we've heard so far has been really good, and we're really excited about it.